A kunai tore through Daichi's chest. The battlefield's noise faded to a hollow thump, his own heartbeat stopping.
I never saw it coming. Just a cold shard in my chest. Then, nothing. Nothing.
The world dissolved into black silence. His final breath never came. Then, after an eternity that lasted a heartbeat, light flickered, cold and endless. He floated in an ethereal void. 12 ghostly Hokage surrounded him, their gazes heavy with expectation.
Your death was not the end, Daichi. It was the beginning.
What is this place? Why have you brought me here?
We are the legacy of the village. We have observed you, Daichi, and we have chosen...
Chosen? For what? I'm just a dead Chunin. What could they possibly want from me?
There is a shadow among us, young Daichi. A will that stands apart. That shadow is Hokage number 12. He alone has refused the inheritance we offer.
What inheritance? Why would any Hokage refuse to aid the village?
We will pour all our wisdom and jutsus into you. You will become our living vessel.
The first Hokage pressed a ghostly hand to Daichi's forehead. A torrent of chakra memories flooded his mind.
Centuries of battles, secrets, deaths. It's tearing my mind apart.
One by one, the other Hokage followed. Each touch added another layer of raw, ancient power.
11 lives compressed into a single soul. My body is on fire from their accumulated wills.
Hokage, number 12, remained motionless, his translucent form receding like a shadow refusing the light.
Why do you turn away? Your knowledge could be the key to saving the village.
Some truths are shackles. I will not bind you with the chains that killed me.
The 11 Hokage raised their hands. A vortex of light swallowed Daichi whole, pulling him away from the void. Then, a violent gasp. Air, real and cold, rushed into his lungs. His eyes snapped open to darkness.
I am breathing. This is my funeral. They buried me.
With a burst of chakra, the casket lid flew open. Mourners' shrieks tore through the hall. He rose slowly, funeral robe torn. The fatal wound now a faint scar pulsing with ghostly light.
11 Hokage. Their memories are inside me. Every jutsu, every war, every secret.
The mourners fled, screaming about desecration. Only a few guards held their ground, weapons trembling.
I need to move. The Hokage, if she's here, she'll see the flames in my eyes.
The main door burst open. Hokage Akira strode in, her expression hardening at the sight of the risen dead.
She sees me. The 12th flame is missing from my eyes. She'll know something is wrong.
Clear the hall. Now, no one speaks of what they saw, under penalty of death.
The hall emptied within seconds. Only the risen corpse and the Hokage remained, tension thick as smoke.
Your eyes. They hold chakra signatures from every stone monument, every past Hokage. How?
If I tell her the whole truth, she might see me as a threat, but she already knows too much.
11 flames, not 12. My father's mark is absent. You were sent back, incomplete.
Hokage number 12 refused. He spoke of chains. I don't know what he meant.
Then you are a living archive, but also a question. From this moment, you answer only to me.
In the Hokage office, under seal of secrecy, she drafted him as her personal advisor, an unknown weapon.
Advisor to the Hokage. I went from dead Chunin to her shadow in one breath. But the 12th silence, it festers.
You will learn everything this office knows, and you will tell me if any memory surfaces, especially of him.
Weeks passed in the shadows. Daichi learned every classified report, every troop movement. His advice turned skirmishes into victories.
The village benefits from the old Hokage's strategies. Yet every time I reach for memory of the 12th, I hit a wall.
Your last recommendation saved the eastern outpost. The council is impressed, though they don't know why.
The council. Saito's eyes have been on me during briefings. I need to be careful how much I reveal.
In the secret archives, Daichi dug into the records of Hokage number 12's death. The official report was sparse, An accident during a border patrol.
An accident? The greatest shinobi of his generation, killed by a stray blade. It doesn't align with his known skill.
He cross-referenced mission logs, medical reports. The wounds described didn't match the official cause. A deliberate omission. He tried bringing it to Akira, but her response was sharp. The council's investigation is closed. Father's death was a tragedy, not a conspiracy.
She's blocking it out. Grief or fear. The council holds her leash, and Saito's smile never reaches his eyes.
He had no proof, only gaps. But the dead Hokage's words echoed. Some truths are shackles. Daichi resolved to break his own. He traced the autopsy to a retired Medic 9. The woman lived on the outskirts, her hands trembling at the mention of Hokage number 12.
You examined him. You saw something the report left out. Please, I need to know.
She whispered. They made me lie. The wounds were clean, assassination technique. Then she recoiled, refusing to say more. In the garden, he confronted Akira with the medic's words, but her face hardened. A senile woman's ramblings proved nothing.
Akira, if the council's report was a lie, then your father's death was no accident. You must see that.
You are letting your borrowed memories cloud your judgment. The council has served the village for decades. Drop this.
She's not ready to hear it. But the medic was silenced once. If I push too hard, she might be silenced permanently.
He returned to the medic's home, but the house was empty. Signs of a hasty departure. A note left behind. They know.
They're watching. Someone within the council is cleaning up evidence. I am no longer just investigating. I am being hunted.
He walked alone under the evening sky, the weight of 11 Hokage heavy. The silence of the 12th a warning, in a hidden training ground. Daichi attempted a chakra technique that once belonged to Hokage, number 12, a defensive veil.
This technique, it feels fractured. Every time I channel it, something in my mind resists.
A jolt of foreign energy seized his senses. The world dissolved, replaced by a dim corridor, not his own. He was seeing through Hokage number 12's eyes. A masked figure stepped from the shadows, blade already drawn.
That mask, it's no ordinary shinobi. This is a trained assassin. He was murdered.
The blade plunged into the Hokage's back, clean, practiced. Blood bloomed, and the vision shattered. Daichi gasped back to reality, retching. The technique had unlocked a fragment buried deep.
The other Hokage blocked this memory. They didn't want me to see it until now. But why?
The truth crystallized. 11 Hokage had sealed the assassination memory, waiting for a vessel ready to carry its weight.
They knew I would need this. And they knew the council would kill to keep it buried. I have to recover the rest.
He found Akira in her office after midnight, alone, staring at her father's portrait. She didn't turn when he entered.
If this is about my father again, I've heard enough. The council's judgment is final.
I didn't come with words. I came with proof. A memory he tried to hide, even from you.
He raised 2 fingers, channeling the fragmented memory through a projection jutsu. The room flickered, a masked figure, a blade, her father's gasp.
Stop. That's not. The wound placement, only an elite could land that blow. It wasn't a skirmish.
She turned away, but he followed her to the garden. The cherry blossoms fell like silent accusations.
All this time, I defended them. Saito told me it was my duty to uphold the council's legacy. Was it all a lie?
The 11 Hokage chose me to expose this, but I can't do it alone. You are his daughter. You have a right to the truth.
Then we find the rest. Quietly. No council, no Anbu, just you and me. If we fail, we fall together.
The pact was sealed in that cold garden, an orphan and a revenant, bound by a dead man's silenced scream. Together, they unlocked the council's deepest archives, hidden beyond seals even Akira's clearance couldn't touch.
Project Solar Edge. Father vetoed it. An invasion plan to expand territory. Saito was the lead advocate.
Then we have motive. Your father stood in the way of Saito's war. Look here, a meeting log, same night he died.
A closed session with only 4 counselors present. Saito chaired it, and the mission codename, godless sky.
Suddenly, the lights in the archive flared to full brightness. Footsteps, deliberate and sharp, echoed from the entrance. Saito stepped through the threshold, flanked by 6 Anbu. His smile was a knife's edge.
Lady Hokage, I see you found our little side project. I hoped it would never come to this.
You murdered my father, and you've been pulling council strings ever since. I should execute you where you stand.
But you won't. Because if you do, the treaty with the stone falls, the supply lines collapse, and the village burns.
He's chained everything we depend on to his own power. If we strike now, we destroy the village. It's checkmate.
By authority of the council, you are charged with treason, fabricating evidence to incite rebellion.
Enbu, as Hokage, I command you.
You are being relieved of command, Lady Akira. Your grief has made you an easy target for manipulation.
The only manipulation here is yours, Saito. The council will see the truth.
Your father died for his arrogance. You would be wise not to repeat his mistake.
Chakra suppression cuffs locked around their wrists, tight enough to cut off any jutsu. Guards dragged Daichi into the forbidden levels, a cell carved from bedrock, sealed by silence wards.
The village will remember you as a tragic leader broken by loss. No one will ever know.
11 Hokage didn't send me back for this. I just need time and a crack in these seals.
The hidden leaf slumbered, unaware its true protectors were entombed, the council's shadow stretching across every street in the dark. Daichi's eyes flickered. A forgotten jutsu from the 3rd Hokage pulsed through his veins, a technique to bypass suppression seals.
The 3rd's phantom step. It burns chakra to nothing but the cuffs are failing.
The cell bars bent inward, as if struck by an invisible force. Daichi stepped into the corridor, silent as death, but the central hall was a fortress. Guards surrounded Akira, and Saito's voice echoed through the intercom.
If the Revenant is not found within the hour, Lady Hokage will be executed for his escape. The council demands justice.
Tactic or truth? He's forcing my hand. If I run, she dies. If I fight, I could get us both killed.
The village outside was oblivious, time a luxury he didn't have. Action would split the council's attention, but risk starting a civil war.
The 11 Hokage didn't send me back to cower. I'll carve the truth into their chamber, even if it breaks me.
He bolted toward the main hall, sending a pulse of chakra ahead, an old war signal from the first Shinobi War. Those who remembered would answer. The die was cast. No more secrets, no more shadows. Daichi chose fire. The pulse awakened old embers. In the forgotten tunnels beneath the village, gray-haired shinobi remembered the Hokage's true face.
These are the ones who served beneath the stone faces, not the council's shadow. They'll know the signal.
A shrouded figure demanded proof. Daichi answered not with words, but with a projection, the 2nd Hokage's secret war oath, repeated only to his most trusted.
The council silenced the 12th. They hold Lady Hokage under threat of execution. I carry 11 Hokage within me. Will you follow?
A deep silence. Then, one by one, they removed their masks. Veterans of wars that survived only in the village's sealed archives.
They've been waiting for this day. The Hokage's true protectors, hidden in plain sight. Saito never even knew they existed.
They knelt, not to him, but to the legacy. A pact sealed in blood that no council decree could erase.
We move at dawn. Strike the council chamber before Saito tightens his grip. Our only goal, secure Lady Hokage and expose the truth.
Weapons were retrieved from false graves, poisons mixed, and a handful of retired legends prepared to become myths once more.
Dawn will bring fire, but beyond the flame, there has to be a village worth saving. I won't let it burn to ash.
The first light of dawn shattered with the crash of iron doors. Smoke bloomed in the council chamber's eastern wing. The council's Anbu guards reeled, expecting a siege, not a ghost who bled chakra older than their entire order.
By the will of the 1st through 11th, I reclaim this hall. Lay down your arms.
Saito's voice cut from a high balcony. The ghost is a flesh wound. Protect the Hokage. Kill him slowly. Elite guards dropped from the rafters, seals flashing. The chamber became a maze of blade and acid trap.
He prepared for us. But I've seen this formation before. It was the 7th Hokage's design. I know its flaw.
He spun, releasing a pulse of reverse chakra that shattered 3 trap seals in sequence. The Elders team surged through the gap. Steel met steel. The cadence of killing filled the hall. Daichi carved a path through the tide, his spear a reaper.
Akira is down that corridor. Saito's guards are thinning, but they'll blow the whole wing before letting me pass.
Smoke, ash, and the roar of dying jutsu. The council's fortress was burning and Daichi's silhouette emerged from the flames, still marching. He reached the vault door where Akira was held, but a barrier of interlocking Hokage seals barred the way, each one corrupted by Saito's hand.
You want the lady? Take her. But first, survive the penance of those who tried before you.
The floor split into a spiked pit. From every wall, masked elite shinobi lunged, their blades gleaming with poison and hate.
There's no way through this, not with steel alone. The seal is keyed to a memory I don't have. The full truth of the 12th's murder.
He dropped his spear and crossed his arms. The 11 voices inside him warred, some screamed caution, others urged sacrifice.
All of you agreed to this vessel. Now lend me your silence, so that the 12th scream can finally be heard.
A shockwave burst from his core, freezing the assassins mid-lunge. The chamber trembled as 11 chakra signatures aligned into one key. Behind his closed eyes, the shattered memory began to fuse. Saito's face in the shadows, the assassin's unique blade, the command word. Saito's composure cracked. Kill him. Destroy the vault if you must, he shrieked, and the elite guard rallied for a final, suicidal charge.
Just one more breath. I can feel the edges of the full picture. If I let go now, it will vanish. Hold the line until I break through.
Within the silence of his meditation, the locked memory fractured. He stood in the council chamber of 3 years past. Saito presided at the table, flanked by counselors Ito and Mori. Their sealed document bore the same codename.
Project Godless Sky proceeds tonight. The Hokage is the only obstacle. Remove him, and the war begins by dawn.
The assassin entered. A masked figure Daichi recognized. Former Anbu Captain Ren, whose death had been reported months earlier.
Ren was supposed to be dead. Saito faked his records. This assassination was planned for a year.
The memory reeled. Saito handing over a poisoned dagger, Ren saluting, then the corridor, the blade, the Hokage's final breath.
You fools, the village was built on trust. You have poisoned its soul for generations.
I have everything, every face, every word. Saito's confession is sealed in my memory now.
His eyes opened. The 12 flames of the Hokage blazed in perfect unison, the 12th no longer separate, but reborn. The guards stumbled. Daichi stood, and the corrupted seal behind him screamed, then shattered into scattering light. Daichi extended his right hand. A sphere of chakra bloomed, and the chamber filled with the spectral echo of the assassination. The memory played, Saito's voice. The council's seal, Ren's blade, no one could look away.
That's my father, and Saito's voice, ordering it. Everyone, see it.
Counselor Ito fell to his knees. Counselor Mori tried to flee, but the elders blocked the exits.
Lies, a fabrication from a dead man's ghost. This is no proof.
The seal you placed on this vault required this memory as its key. Your own jutsu testified against you.
Saito's hand trembled. The Anbu guards, loyal to the council, lowered their weapons one by one.
You killed my father, and blamed his death on fate. You will answer for this, Saito.
Saito's face twisted, not in fear, but fury. He grabbed a dagger from his sleeve.
Drop it. The truth is already outside these walls. The village is waking up.
Saito launched himself from the balcony. A serpent-strike dagger aimed at Akira's throat. Daichi's hands flashed through a seal. A barrier of sapphire fire erupted between them, bearing the mark of the 5th Hokage. The dagger shattered against the barrier, shards spraying. Saito recoiled, but Daichi was already moving. He caught Saito's wrist, twisted, and sent the ex-counselor crashing to the marble floor. The fight was over.
You think this ends here? The treaties will crumble. The village will beg for my return.
Your webs are already burned, Saito. The evidence is in every corner of the village.
Daichi pressed 2 fingers to Saito's forehead. A gentle pulse of chakra, and the would-be king fell unconscious.
The council's shadow is gone. Now the village must see the dawn.
Daichi, I am sorry. I should have trusted you from the start.
Outside, the first true rays of sunlight broke through the smoke, and across the village, bells began to ring. The bells drew the village to the central square. They gathered beneath the council's smoldering tower, eyes wide with questions. The elders led Counselor Ito and Mori in chains, their formal robes stripped. The murmurs turned to gasps.
The people deserve to see justice, not revenge, truth. The Hokage's memory demands at least this.
Akira stepped onto the raised platform, her voice trembling but clear. She wore her father's old cloak.
The 12th Hokage was murdered by his own council. I know this because his final memory was entrusted to the man who stands beside me. I failed him. I failed you. But this village is not built on one person's blindness. It stands because we rise together.
The crowd swayed. Some wept, some cheered. Merchants clutched their ledgers, fearing the fragile treaties.
They're looking at me differently now. Not as a curiosity, but as a bridge to their ancestors. I never wanted this weight.
We will honor the past by protecting the future. No more shadows, no more lies.
Psst. As the crowd slowly dispersed, the council tower still smoked. But on the mountain, the Hokage monument caught the light. 3 days later, Akira knelt before a plain headstone, her father's grave.
I let them lie about your death. I wore your robes and still was blind.
Daichi hung back at the cemetery edge, waiting in the lengthening shadows.
You never gave up on him, Daichi. Even when I called you a ghost.
He wouldn't blame you. The chains he spoke of were the council's lies, not your grief.
But how do I lead now? My own trust was so blind.
The Hokage's will is a torch passed to many hands. You are not alone.
Then I'll carry it with you. And with his memory.
She's finding her footing again. That's all any of us can do.
They walked away together, and the setting sun burned gold against the mountain faces. A week later, the council chamber stood rebuilt. Daichi was summoned, no longer a secret.
People of the Leaf, by the authority vested in me, I name Daichi as the first keeper of the Hokage legacy.
Keeper of the legacy. A title that binds me to the very souls I carry.
He holds the memories of 11 Hokage. Through him, they still speak. He will advise, protect, and remember.
I accept this duty, not as a title, but as a vow. Their wisdom will not be lost again.
The elders saluted, a gesture reserved for Hokage alone. The chamber echoed with quiet reverence.
This is a burden I never sought, but I will bear it as long as I draw breath.
You will stand beside me, a symbol that our past is not gone. It is alive in you.
Daichi bowed deeply, accepting the weight of 12 lives onto shoulders that had once been buried. The village now looked to him, and the 12 flames in his eyes burned brighter than ever before. At dawn, Daichi climbed the Hokage monument alone. The stone faces were silent, but the chakra within him was not.
I died, but that death brought me here. Every breath is a gift they gave me.
12 spectral flames ignited around him, each one a different hue, each one a whisper of a past Hokage.
I carry their wars, their hopes, their sins. The council's betrayal is just one story among centuries.
The 12th flame, crimson and fierce, burned brighter than the rest. It pulsed like a heartbeat.
Your silence was a shield. Now it's a sword. I'll guard this village with your truth.
Below, the village stirred. Traders, shinobi, children, unaware of the weight on the mountain.
I am the bridge between death and life, past and future. This is my vigil now.
He closed his eyes, and the 12 flames fused into a single ring of fire that settled onto his shoulders like a mantle. When he opened his eyes, the sun had fully risen. The keeper of the Hokage legacy began his watch. The village mended its wounds. Markets reopened, and children played in streets where fear once walked. Akira led with renewed confidence, her father's cloak now fitting her frame perfectly. Beside her, Daichi stood as advisor, a constant presence, his eyes still alight with 12-colored fire. On the training grounds, young shinobi gathered. Daichi demonstrated a technique from the third Hokage's era.
This is how it endures, not in scrolls, but in hands reaching for tomorrow.
The new council, chosen from the trusted elders, met in the rebuilt chamber, their oaths sworn not to power, but to truth. Even Saito's cell was not forgotten. Daichi visited once, leaving a single scroll, the truth fully written. Years would pass, trials would come, but the flame of memory would never be extinguished again. And on the mountain, beneath the stone faces, 12 spectral figures smiled, their legacy finally at rest. For the past lives only as long as someone remembers, and the hidden leaf had found its keeper.